Okay, this is working. See how this goes. Yeah, I saw my friend Fabio doing a live stream. I joined in for a little bit, texting chat wise. And it made me want to do one of my own, since I haven't done it for a minute or two. Hey, DJ Mexicano, you can let me know if you can hear me. That would be appreciated. Hey, Meadowland fan, how you two doing today? Special topic for tonight? No, haven't done one for a minute, so no topic for tonight, Maverick. Uh, you guys just let me know first if you can hear me. I was in Fabio's stream for a little bit, and it made me want to do my own, so I just decided to do my own. Hey, RB. Hey, Alan. Can you guys hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. Uh, so Maverick, so weekend. I'll just say that. I won't really get into it, but yeah, like I say, just take it day by day. All we can really do. Hey there, Sax McCoy. Okay, thank you, DJ Mexicano. Thank you, Murray. Rocco, I have satellite internet, and this is the best I can do with satellite internet because I live in the middle of nowhere. Rocco. So, yeah, as long as you can hear me, that's all I can do, Rocco. 4th of July, I did nothing. It was just another day. Hey, Stallone fan 03. Again, Rocco, so I know the picture. Yeah, there's not much I can do about the picture. I have it. I literally have it on medium, just below high, and the satellite internet doesn't do streams well, picture quality wise. Pineapple Pizza fan. How are you doing? Doing okay. Well, yeah, it's satellite internet, so it's not much Wi-Fi. But at least it's something. That is the case. Something is better than nothing. I don't care about the new Spider-Man. So, Alan, I don't care about the new Spider-Man, so I did not see it. Just random, no topic right now. Just answering questions right off the bat. Oh, maybe a topic will come eventually, but I did not see Midsummer. Midsummer just looked like a remake of The Wicker Man, honestly. 4:35 a.m. Wow. It's 10:38 p.m. here. So I figured I'd do this for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then head to bed. I know what you mean, Socks, but boy, I used to work at a Target where I would have to get to work like at 3 in the morning and then work from 3 in the morning to the actual morning. Just worth not much. I saw Fabio doing a stream, was in his chat for a little bit, one of my good friends here, and made me want to do one. So a remake. I mean, Midsummer. I didn't care about Hereditary. Yeah, Beyond Styling. I know, as the guy from the Raid Redemption in it. I wasn't big on it. Wasn't for me. I actually prefer the first Skyline. Did not see Into the Spider Verse. I've only heard good things, but just did not care to see in the theater and never got around to seeing Into the Spider Verse. So I can't say anything about it. overtures and intermissions for movies. Intermissions, I mean, not intermissions, because when you go into theater, you want to leave as soon as possible. And the fact that our time is so limited nowadays, intermissions would just make it longer. Overtures would be interesting if it's like a good piece of score, but today's audience is more ADD, so they would not be into that. I still have not seen Stranger Things. I know I don't have Netflix, folks. That's right, I don't have Netflix, so I have not seen Stranger Things. I like Payback with Mel Gibson. I prefer the theatrical cut, but Payback is one of Mel Gibson's more underrated films. I don't care about the Lego. So I know about that. I enjoyed Cowboys and Aliens. I think that was one of the better films that year. I did a review of it on my channel. The new, I've liked a lot of the James Bond films, so sure, I'll be curious about the next James Bond. Favorite MCU movie. Favorite MCU movie. Probably Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Hey Miguel, doing all right? You watched Predator 2 the other day for the first time in years, really entertaining. I'm glad. Love that movie to death. The director's cut is Payback. You don't have Chris Christopherson is not in the movie at all. He's only in the theatrical cut. And the director's cut seems a bit more of a darker film, while Payback, the theatrical, was a bit more of a lighter film. So that's why I like the theatrical cut more. I don't care if Spider-Man was black. Hell, when who's the guy in Community they wanted as Spider-Man? Donald Glover. I was fine with it. If I'm like Donald Glover wanted to be Spider-Man, I'm like, cool. I like to see that. Would you say the Friday the 13th remake Jason? You mean Derek Mears? Is Derek Mears one of the best Jasons? Yeah, he was really good. Would like to have seen a sequel to that movie. When my parents saw Lord of the Rings. Oh, intermission. Okay. I know. I saw the trailer for the new Jumanji movie. It looks like shit. Favorite DC movie? Probably Superman the movie with Christopher Reeve. It's not really a downbeat ending in Payback. It just has a darker feel to it in the director's cut. Nice shit to Michael Keaton. I remember not minding the film. It's not my favorite Michael Keaton film, but I mean, I remember it being pretty decent. One of Ron Howard's early films. Spider-Man in the Sam Raimi films. If he was alive, Brendan Lee. If he was alive, Brendan Lee. But I have to I have to see like who was working in 2002. Oh, thank you, Rocco. That's very nice of you. He said 99 cents on this super chat. Thank you, Rocco. That's nice of you. The First Blood? You mean Rambo? Like the first Rambo movie? I did a review of that film. I love First Blood. Great story, wonderful performance by Sylvester Stallone. Brian Dennehy was great. I love the score by Jerry Goldsmith. You know, the scene where he falls down the trees and he has to stitch his arm. A lot of memorable badass moments like that. The unrated director Okay. Let me know when you see me again. Uh, or hear me again. Yeah, YouTube was glitching out, so I had to restart the shit. Greetings from Oregon, that's fine. California, yeah, sorry about that, folks. Can you let me know if you hear me? Okay, cool. Yeah, YouTube was glitching out, so I had to restart the thing. Uh, I forget where I was with the questions. I like the Evil Dead trilogy. Hobbs and Shaw seems like we had the whole entire movie in the trailer. Favorite Law movie, Blade Runner 2049 is one. I like The Order more than Double Team. Midsummer, not a looking forward to it because I'm not a fan of the director of the trailer. Keanu Reeves, I love, but I don't think he would work as Spider-Man. Xbox One for $100. I just don't have no interest in Xbox One. Yeah, the First Blood novel is much more. First Blood novel is much more serious. The Hunted with Tommy Lee Jones and Benicio del Toro, that's pretty much the First Blood novel. Just about back from Russia. I went to see Steve playing the Extractors. Steve playing the Extractors was awful. Favorite scary movie? Probably. Um, hmm. Not many films scare me. I mean, Aliens, but that's more of an action movie. I mean, if you're talking about like serious scary, probably John Carpenter's The Thing. Hulk 2003, I rewatched that, and it was really enjoyable. Favorite Dwayne Johnson movie, The Rundown. I love The Rundown. That's my favorite. Yeah, in First Blood, the novel Rambo died, and they shot an ending where Troutman shoots him. But I'm glad they changed it. A new Expendables I don't care about because Expendables 2 and 3 I did not like. Goldfinger was written for Keanu Reeves before it went to Eddie Murphy. Interesting. Where did you hear that? That's interesting. The Hunter with Willem Dafoe, I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it. Immortals with Eric Roberts, don't think I've seen that. Favorite Jason Statham movie? Crank and Crank 2. The two Crank films are my favorite Statham movies. Kung Fu Rascals, never seen it, never heard of it. I love all four Rambo films. Yeah, Jerry Goldsmith did a fantastic job, especially Rambo First Blood Part 2. It's a wonderful score. Rambo 2 is one of my favorite scores. Keanu Reeves would not work as Spider-Man. I love Keanu Reeves, but he just does not fit as Spider-Man. The Date I enjoy. The Date 2 not so much, but The Date with Stephen Dorff, enjoyable, fun horror movie. Rush Hour 4, I think it's too late to do Rush Hour 4. I mean, they're pretty old nowadays. I never saw the original Mulan, so I don't care about the remake. Hidden Jim Cannon films. I mean, they're not hidden gems. I mean, you probably know about it already. I love Firewalker. I love Over the Top. I love, but they're not hidden. Like most Cannon films, you probably already know about. Boaz. Now I watch with Ian McGregor. I want to give another watch. Hobgoblins, a remake. I would not care either way. I wouldn't care either way about a Hobgoblins remake. Yeah, Rush Hour 4 is too late. Knives Out did nothing for me. Plus, I don't trust the directors. Ryan Johnson, who did The Last Jedi, and the trailer did nothing for me. Favorite Sylvester Stallone franchise? Rambo 1 through 4 is my favorite Stallone franchise. George Romero wanted to do War of the Worlds. Did not know that. Why I never saw the original Mulan, so I don't care about the remake. Ash versus Leatherface? No. I'd rather see Freddy vs. Jason vs. Ash back in the day. The Shining sequel, Doctor Sleep, looks interesting. I never read the novel though, but it looked interesting. Rest Stop movies, I saw the first one, I thought it sucked, so I didn't bother. Favorite Rush Hour movie of the three? Rush Hour 2. I think Rush Hour 2 is wonderful. I like the first one as well, but Rush Hour 3 I'm not a fan of, but Rush Hour 2 I love. A Fast and Furious marathon? Uh, Not anytime soon. It's too many movies to watch right now. Maybe when the new one comes out, I'll make a thing on the Fast and Furious movies. They are rebooting Resident Evil, Big Bang Theory. They're rebooting Resident Evil. George Romero's Resident Evil, I think, would have been interesting because he stuck more to the game. Stallone is greedy and he doesn't care. I mean, he's doing an evening with Stallone dinner, and in order to take a selfie with Stallone, you have to pay $1,000. And that goes to show you that Stallone is in it for the money, and that's it. Nowadays, there's no passion behind it anymore. It's all about greed and the money. Sad to say. I like the South Park movie. I never reviewed it, but I like it more than the show. I like Rush Hour 1, but I think Rush Hour 2 is the best one because Rush Hour 2 had more of the Jackie Chan action. Yeah, Stallone's ego is up there, sad to say. Who has the advantage, introverts or extroverts? I have no idea. I have no idea. Favorite non-diehard Bruce Willis performance? Favorite performance Bruce Willis that's not diehard. The Last Boy Scout's great. He's a lot of fun in that. Candyman remake, I have no interest. No interest in it. Hi, Kyle. I played Doom 3. I did a review of Doom 3 for PS3. Total Meltdown 2. I have a review of Doom 3 on PS3. I loved it. I played it. I loved it. The review of that game should still be up on my channel. Unbreakable is great. Another one of Bruce Willis' best movies. Yeah, Crank 1 and 2 are my favorite Jason Statham films. And how do you know Stallone hasn't always just been about money and just lucked out when he was younger? I have to believe there was some passion behind some stuff. I have to believe it. Whole Nine Yards I like, the sequel not so much. I don't care about any new G.I. Joe movies. I really don't. Really do not. Kevin Farley's movies. No. I know he's Chris Farley's brother, but I haven't seen them. The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai. I reviewed that on the channel, Gary Jones. I liked the film. You had to pay. You paid $1,000 to get a picture with him. Oh, Ghostbusters, man! How could you? That's your money, man. But I would not pay $1,000 for anything like that. Teach their own. The new Jacob's Ladder. I'll probably watch it for free on a streaming. To be perfectly honest, favorite foreign film, Hard Boiled's up there. Hard Boiled is that's my favorite Chow Yun Fat film. The more I think about it, I think I said The Replacement Killers before, but Hard Boiled would be my choice. Hard Boiled is a great choice for favorite foreign film. Ted TV series? No. I'm not a fan of the movies. What killer creature flicks would you like to see more of? Uh, the creature in Stephen King's Graveyard Shift. Creatures like that done practically. What I would like to see more of. Tripwire, never heard of Tripwire. Are you going to see Crawl? I would like to. It looks good. Leprechaun films are way worse than the DC Expanded. Reanimator I like more than From Beyond. I would say Frankenstein Monsters my favorite. Those three Dinobot. Daredevil one of these days. I would like to. I like the Daredevil movie. I'm sure you're talking about the movie. Probably the director's cut with review, which is that's the better version. Favorite Kirk Douglas film? I haven't seen much Kirk Douglas movies. Have you seen They Live? Probably the first time he puts on the glasses and he sees the world in black and white. That's a good scene. The fist fight as well. The fist fight's great. I would not want Andrew Dice Clay paired up with anybody. I would just want him by himself, the way he was in the first movie. Invisible Man remake, I have no interest. The new Joker looks like shit. I don't give a fuck about a Joker that's sympathetic. Should they remake Reanimator? Why? Batman Court of Owl, I don't know that story. Hobbs and Shaw, looks like they showed the entire movie in the trailer. Blair Witch Project shirts the company Fright Rags is doing? No. I have no idea. The new Joker looks like shit, Alan Olvera, in my opinion. Is like the Joker sympathetic? I don't get that. Hear the news? What news? Rock Guy 3? I read some older IDW TMNT, but what do you mean hear the news? What news? I think Crawl will be better than Meg. The trailer shows it'll, I think, look better than the trailer to Meg. Favorite comics to collect when I was a youth? I collected a lot of Spider-Man comics, but not anymore. I still enjoy the older comics. I just don't read comics anymore. Wanted Dead or Alive with Rudyard Howard, great movie. Great ending to that movie. Fuck the bonus. If you've seen that movie, you know what I'm talking about. Fuck the bonus. Hell of a way to kill a bad guy. Zack Snyder's last good movie was probably Legend of the Guardians, The Owls of Ga'Hoole. Michael Bay's last good movie is probably Pain and Gain. John Carpenter's Creature from the Black Lagoon. I think it would have been interesting. I know he wanted to do that more than Village of the Damned. I think it would have been good. Favorite Mark Strong performance. I don't know many Mark Strong performances, to be perfectly honest. Paul TV series. Eh, just a sequel. You don't need a TV series. I'm not a fan of Rob Zombie's direction, so I don't care about House of a Thousand Corpses, and I don't care about Devil's Rejects. They were not my. I did not care for those films. Stuber looked goofy. Maybe I see it when it comes to VOD. Not something I would run out to see. A Bigfoot, Nessie, Chupacabra, Cinematic Universe. No, I would not be interested in that. What rejected creature design? The creature they wanted for Isobar. When you look up Isobar, and I think Rick Baker was going to do it, it was going to be like a plant-like monster that would suck the water from your body. Isobar I would like to see. Rakai Thry, I think you're putting me on, man. I think you're putting me on. Except that's Venus. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce it now. Rutger, I think you put me on. I would need to see some actual proof of that. National Treasure 3, I think it's too late now. Killing Caesar Robert De Niro. Uh, I've seen bits and pieces, but I haven't seen the entire film, so I can't say anything. A Million Ways to Die in the West is horrible. Unfunny comedy. Terrible comedy. Bruce Willis's Die Hard, what was your reaction the first time? I can't remember the first time I saw it, but I definitely loved it from the get-go. I could imagine. I can't remember the first time I saw it, but I love Die Hard. It's one of the best out there. Favorite DC anime movie? Yeah, I agree. The Dark Knight Returns with Peter Weller would be my favorite as well. Do you blame John Carpenter for hating Halloween Resurrection? No, I don't blame him at all. I can understand why. Joe Spinell, he has more to do in Maniac, so I would pick for Joe Spinell's performance. He has a lot more to work with in Maniac. My favorite Tremors movie is the first one, although I love Tremors 2 Aftershocks. My favorite Chainsaw Massacre film is the first one, the original. Wish they make it an easier way to scroll down the chat. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest box set and the Blu-ray set of the Universal Monster movies. That's cool. Bodhi 2988. I haven't seen much of his videos. Bodhi 2988. John Woo directing an action comedy. Maybe. We'll see. John G, the theatrical and extended cut of Expendables, each one have their positives and negatives. So really the best version would be a combination of the two. So I don't really prefer one or the other. A combination of the two is the best version. Original Gangstas, I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it. Jared Goldsmith's rejected score for Timeline. I don't remember the rejected score. Proof is where I don't see anything. I don't know if you sent a link. I don't see any link. They morphed Stallone's face onto Arnold's T2. Yeah, I mean, some of it was decent. Some of them was a bit awkward. But, I mean, it was still a pretty good effort from the guy. Interesting decision. I've seen the thing from the world from the 50s, but not the 1930s. The comedy adaptation I've never read. The CNN documentary, The Movies. Never heard of it. Interesting. Where would I see it? I don't have cable right now. Michael. Worst Oliver Stone film. I don't know about worst, but didn't he do Wall Street 2? Probably go with that. Little Buddha, I've never seen. Possession with Sam Neill, never saw. Favorite Simon Page film, Shaun of the Dead. Marvel Character Moon Knight, I've heard of him, but I don't know much about him. Batman Under the Red Hood, I enjoyed it. I believe I reviewed it, Spy Soldier. I reviewed Batman Under the Red Hood on the channel. I really enjoyed that one. What order did I watch the Friday the 13th movies? I can't remember. I can't remember the order where I watched them. I can't remember. I think Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 is a much worse Halloween film. Yeah, I'm burned out on superhero movies. I just have no interest in watching Brightburn anytime soon. Movies that you saw made you feel good at the end. 127 Hours, that's one that popped in my head. Hours with Paul Walker, that's another one that popped in my head. I know there's another Jumanji movie coming out. I don't give a fuck about it. I wish there was a better way to scroll in this chat. Shit. Like, they should have like an arrow that you can actually scroll down, but they don't. I've never seen Fury with Brad Pitt. John Wick 4, we'll wait and see. Things can always change. Favorite Ice Cube film? Probably The First Friday. It's a mad world. I've never seen it. I've heard of it, but should they remake Pumpkinhead? Why? Hi, DJ. I would pick Total Recall over True Lies, although I love True Lies. But I'll pick Total Recall because Total Recall is much more brutal. Rukai, I saw no link. Yeah, YouTube must have blocked the link. And it's hard to check it now because of the trying to keep up with the comments. Ghostbusters, man, John Wick 2 did not suck. I don't understand what you mean by that. John Wick 2 is my favorite of the three. I don't know how you can say John Wick 2 sucked, but you like Escape Plan? Here's the old man, but Escape Plan films suck. All of them suck ass. So what, you like Escape Plan sequels, but you hate John Wick 2? Teach their own, man. Teach their own, that's all I'll say. Sho Kosugi as Master Splinter? Uh, no, because his English isn't the best. Why do you have hopes that Darth Vader can redeem the Terminator franchise? Is that one good thing in that trailer? The most egregious rating on IMDb? Universal Soldier: The Return, the low rating that film gets is bullshit because it's just a fun, fast-paced Jean-Claude Van Damme film where he's actually a human being. Favorite British actor? I don't know. I don't want to see a Hellraiser remake. Fantasy Mission Force, I don't remember. Um, I'll just look it up after the chat, or once the chat maybe calms down, I'll look it up, that info you were talking about. Folks, I can't remember the first time I saw a bunch of movies, including Maniac. I can't remember the first time I saw it. John Wick 2 did not have any issues, Ghostbusters, man. I don't agree with you one single bit. Hollywood Video, I didn't go much to, and Blockbuster Video I only went to like 3 times, so I didn't go much to those video stores. I couldn't tell you. Never been in a Hollywood Video store. A version of Ice Bar with Thomas Jane, I'd be curious about it. Bob the Builder, I've heard of, but it's a cartoon for like 5-year-olds, so I never saw it. Kiss the Girls, it's okay. Faster with the Rock is boring. It wants to market itself as a revenge movie, but then it's not. It just gets pretentious. Really pretentious, boring flick. Thank you, open-minded movie man. Scott. Thank you, Scott. Godzilla versus King Kong being a good film. I have no interest anymore after the meh King of the Monsters. I have no interest. Most underrated Oscar-winning movie? Well, they're not really underrated if they won an Oscar. So how are they underrated if they won an Oscar, DJ? Stuber looks goofy, but okay. I'll see it maybe when it comes to VOD. Favorite Star Wars episode? I guess A New Hope, the original. Yeah, but the director of Godzilla vs. Kong also did the Blair Witch reboot in 2016. Have you seen that, Stolen Fan 03, Blair Witch 2016? That was an awful piece of shit. A movie you still like, but the ending you did not care for at all. Off the top of my head, I can't think of it. I'm sure there is one, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. It's hard to think of these things at the end of the. Well, even if it's true, Rock Eye Three, I even called it. I said in the video I would not be surprised one day if they did a Ninja Turtle film. Expected it. Plus, they already had a fifth girl with Venus and Next Mutation, so it's nothing new. I'm not surprised about it. I'm not surprised about it at all. So they already did Venus, and I even said I bet one day they're going to do a Ninja Turtle film where they're all four going to be female. I said that in a video. Favorite William Friedkin film, The Hunted, from 2003. I did a review of that not too long ago. I love that movie. My favorite body horror film? I don't know. I don't really have a favorite body horror film. Curse of Charlie Dog. I actually have the first season on DVD. I quite enjoy this show. Most fun you've had at the theater? Rambo 4. Especially the ending. The ending was a lot of fun to see that on the big screen of Rambo 4. Cary Elwes being cast in the Black Christmas remake. I don't care about the Black Christmas remake. They already remade the film. We don't need a second remake. Creature 1985, fun movie. Klaus Kinski was pretty cool, crazy in that. Captain Rhodes, I think John Wick 2 is the best one, but I love all three. I think John Wick 2 had the best action and the best finale with its whole Enter the Dragon. But I love John Wick 3 as well. Favorite body horror film? I don't know. The Ruins 2008 must be called The Runs, because that's what I got after watching the film. Worst DC Comics adaptation? I don't know. I haven't read much DC Comics, so I don't know how well or how badly they were adapted. I'm not going to be one of those guys who, oh, I'm a comic fanatic. I'm not. But some of these people, like, oh, you read comics for like 2 months, but you think you're an expert. Some of these guys on YouTube. I'm just saying, I'm not surprised they're doing that then. I'm really not. Rakai, I said, I guarantee you one day they'll do a Ninja Turtles film or show where it's four girls as the Turtles. I am not going to be surprised. Mark Dacascos films, someday I love Drive. That's his best one. But one day, it's just hard to do marathons nowadays. Maya with Stories, I haven't seen it. No, I don't think the gunfight scenes were repetitive. I thought each one was entertaining. I love the gunfights. That's like saying gunfights in a John Woo film are repetitive. I don't agree at all, William Shatner. You should be ashamed. No, I'm just kidding. No, you don't. I'm just kidding around. You don't have to be ashamed. No one has to be ashamed for anything. Just in my opinion, I don't agree with you. I don't care about Dawn and War of the Planet of the Apes because I didn't like the first one. So why should I see the sequel, Michael? Why should I see the second one? The Little Mermaid, she's gonna be black. I don't care. I really don't care about that. Well, I guess if The Thing is considered body horror, I would go with John Carpenter's The Thing. Spectacular Spider-Man, I haven't seen that show. David Cronenberg's Fast Company, haven't seen it. I don't care about a black Little Mermaid. I don't give a shit either way. I'm fine with it. I don't care. I don't think that's a big fucking deal. Yeah, but Michael, it's hard to do reviews. It's hard to get the time. I don't really get paid much to do this stuff. Really, not at all. So it has to be when I want to for fun. Michael, that's the thing. So many people want requests, and it's not like I can charge people for requests. Because I would be an asshole if I did that. $5 for a review, $10 for a review. Some people do that, but I would feel like an asshole. I I would feel like an asshole. Chaz Palminteri, good actor. Do you listen to raps? Some, but I'm mainly into movie soundtracks, to be honest. Rabid with David Cronenberg, I haven't seen in a long time. Tropic Thunder, I love. It's my favorite film Ben Stiller's directed. Spoke to Mike the last night actually. Spoke to him last night. We watched some movie trailers from the year 1999, since it's 20th anniversary of that year. Oliver Stone most overrated film. I don't know. John McCain. Don't know anything about John McCain. As in, I don't follow. I don't follow the stuff. Okay, Phil. Okay, that's much easier, Phil. Thank you. Crying Freeman. That's another good Mark Dacascos film. Old giant monster movies. I I reviewed them, Michael. I reviewed them. There's a review of them on the channel. Michael Minet. Them I already reviewed. Night in the Museum. I only liked the first one. The sequels I didn't care about. That's cool, Ghostbusters, man. That's teach their own. That's your opinion, Ghostbusters, man. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Bone Tomahawk, I could not get into. I thought it was going to be more of a horror creature feature film, but it's not really creatures. It's just it's overlong. That director has a problem with pacing. He doesn't know how to pace his movies. Crawl looks interesting. The alligator movie looks interesting. My favorite Fast and Furious film is Fast Five. The most overrated. I don't know about most overrated. Probably seven. Most underrated, probably two. I like Too Fast, Too Furious. Crow 2 Director's Cut? No. I don't would not care one bit. Hardboiled Blu-ray any good? I've heard bad things about it, so I never got the Blu-ray. Never got the Blu-ray of Hardboiled. I've heard that the picture quality's not that good. I enjoyed the original Time Machine, and I enjoy the remake. I hope he never does another Steve Plan film again, because the Steve Plan sequels are some of the worst Stallone films ever made. I'm sorry, Ghostbusters man, but those Steve Plan sequels are some of the worst Sylvester Stallone films ever made. But yeah, I like the original Time Machine. I like the remake. Steve Martin's Pink Panther films, I think, are awful. Barbecue Network, I'm not getting into any personal information, whether it be work or living or anything of that nature. Because people use that against you. CX in the chat. I don't know what that means. Check mark. Mr. Cha, I'm not sure what that means. A Bronx Tale I haven't seen. Mike Epps as Richard Pryor. I actually think Marlon Wayans would do a better job as Richard Pryor. But Mike Epps, I'd be curious about. I like Mike Epps. But yeah, I like Chaz Palminteri as an actor. What Predator movie got you the angriest? The Predator, Phil. The Predator, which I did a ranting commentary on. I think the last stream, or one of the last streams I did, was a ranting commentary on The Predator. I don't really have a least favorite Jared Goldsmith score, but my favorites are Rambo 2, Leviathan, One Away with Tom Selleck, to name a couple. Thank you, Murray. The Usual Suspects, it's okay. It's alright. Yeah, I like Crying Freeman. Okay, The BV Hunter. I'll check that. I don't have Facebook up right now, but I'll check it later. I like Tarantino, so I no, I don't think he's overrated. Ridley Scott, I wouldn't call him overrated. He just hasn't made anything good in a while. The upcoming Ghostbusters sequel, I'll wait for a trailer. My favorite Lost Boys movie is the first one. Cape Fear, I haven't seen the original, but I did not mind the remake. Well, really, Callum, none of the Fast and Furious films you would call underrated because they all, except Tokyo Drift, and I don't like Tokyo Drift, but all of them, the rest of them were box office hits. So, but Too Fast, Too Furious, Callum, when was the last time someone talked about that movie? Exactly, because Vin Diesel's not in it. So to me, Too Fast, Too Furious is still the most underrated. Favorite killer clown film? Probably Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Crawl from the 80s, I liked. Roxanne, I haven't seen much. I haven't seen it in a long time, is what I mean. Spy Kids 3 is still worse than the State Plan sequel, sad to say. Worst Steve Martin film? I would have to look at a list of Steve Martin movies. I think Jai Courtney is worse than Boyd Holbrook, sad to say. Big Bang Theory, what is your deal with remakes? Like every question you ask is, should they remake this? I keep asking you why. Why do you want to see all these remakes? Bartube Network, I did not care for Legend of Billie Jean. No, that's fine. You can keep it. I just don't want to watch that film again to review it. Look Who's Talking. I've only seen the first one and I gave up. I did not see Narcos. Killer Clowns, it doesn't need a sequel. I'm not a fan of the Bourne films because of the piss poor editing. Worst Billy Crystal film. Again, with the worst, I would have to look at like a filmography. I can't think of them off the top of my head. Least favorite John Candy film. I did a John Candy marathon. Probably Canadian Bacon is one of the worst. Uh, his early stuff, like really, really early stuff, when he had big, sorry, big roles, those are pretty bad. Deathline with Mark Dacascos. It sounds familiar, but I don't think I've seen that one. Remake by Rant of Alien 3. They can go ahead. Deadman Don't Wear Plaid. I haven't seen that in a while. I remember not minding it. I'd like to see that again. Should they stop making Star Wars sequels? Yes, absolutely. Do you think The Void should have a sequel? The Void, I wasn't big on. I mean, I would not care if there was a sequel, one way or another. Best Stallone monologue, I would say the speech he gave to his son in Rocky Balboa. That speech still gets me to this day. I don't care about Midsummer because I didn't care about Hereditary. Batista, I like. I liked him in that I reviewed it, the Die Hard type of movie where it was in a soccer game. I reviewed the film. I forgot what the hell it was called. I'm sure someone in the chat will mention it. But I did review it. He was in with Pierce Brosnan. He was good in that. Review of that's on the channel. Should they stop making Jurassic Park movies? Sure. Yeah, I would say Drive is Marta Castro's best one. Definitely check out Drive. Final Score. There you go. Thank you, Meadowland. Final Score was the Batista film. Mel Gibson made more films like The Patriot. No, the Patriot was good, but you don't need any more. Uh, Take Care, Justin Whitworth. Take Care, Pineapple Pizza Fan. I would not care to see another Island of Dr. Moreau version. I disagree, Total Meltdown too. I like Kill Bill and Pulp Fiction, but I mean, I think he's made a lot more good movies than that. Jackie Brown, I think, is good. Grindhouse Experience was great. Yeah, Reservoir Dogs was good. Uh, uh, I like Gary Daniels. Someone asked about Gary Daniels. Yeah, my favorite is Riot, actually. But Riot, Rage, Recoil, those are good. But I think the best one is Riot. Cold Harvest, that was a good one, too. WWE, I don't watch anymore. I haven't watched it for a long, long time. So, no, I'm not. I'm not a fan of it. If I charge people for reviews, I will look like an asshole and everyone will be pissed at me. If I did that, there'd be a firestorm. If I did that, let's be honest. Rob Zombie is a shitty writer. That's why I hate Rob Zombie. No Problem, the one. Apocalyptic movie about prehistoric predators from different time periods attacking cities. No, I would not be into that. Sorry. Would not be my cup of tea. Jumanji sequels, no, they should never have been made. They are awful movies. The Black Hole, decent film with Robert Forster. Decent. There was a Disney film, really enough, a Disney live action film back then when they took a risk. Decent, interesting flick. I don't mind it. Take Care Maverick. Train to Busan, I have not seen. I just never cared about Hereditary, whether it be the trailer or the movie itself. Sorry, Michael, I'm not interested in that idea. I would say I like Jaws more than Chainsaw Massacre. Although I love Chainsaw Massacre. Tarantulas, Daily Cargo. Never heard of Tarantulas, Daily Cargo. Never heard of the film. Scarface, I would pick. Four Rooms. I barely remember that. Brittany Murphy. She was good in Drive. Good actress. Sad as, that she passed away. Pleasantly surprised you that you thought would suck. World War Z. I thought that would suck, but that was very pleasantly. I was pleasantly surprised by that film. Pain and Gain. That's another one. Cold, Cold. Goodfellas or Casino? I would put Goodfellas. Nothing can make Terminator Dark Fate better. Let's be honest. I wouldn't be pissed at you, Matt. Michael, maybe you won't, but the majority of people, if I really started charging people like $10, $10 you get a movie review, out people would be pissed, and I would feel like an asshole, and I would be. So let's be honest. Look at like this chat thing. You know what most people do with these chats? They don't even look at it, and they only read the super chat. That means they will only read when they get paid, which I could do, but I would feel like an asshole. So there you go. I may be broke, but I won't be too much of an asshole. Big Bang Theory, you keep asking pretty much the same questions, man. Do you believe anti-heroes like Blade and Ghost Rider should be given spotlights in movies? It'd be worth a chance. Thank you, Ryan H603. Thank you for that. Rob Zombie did the voice of the Lizard in the Spider-Man TV series. I think for the Neil Patrick Harris one is what that was. I believe so. If I see Python 2, no. Elm Street or Friday the 13th, it's hard to pick between the two because they both have their different merits. It's hard to pick between the two. Time travel movie Primer, I've heard of it, but I think I watched it once, but I was so confused by it that I didn't care to watch it again. I was really confused by the movie. Post-apocalyptic alien movie? I don't know. I wouldn't be into that. Tarantulas, the Daily Cardinal stars Pat Hingle. Never heard of the film. Sinbad the Comedian, starring as a genie. As a genie? You're not thinking of Shaquille O'Neal and Kazam? Turbo Ted War? Because I know who Sinbad is, but I don't remember him as a genie. I know Shaquille O'Neal was, and Kazam, The Departed, or Wolf of Wall Street. I would pick Wolf of Wall Street. Wolf of Wall Street, if I learn how to talk. Hey, Caution Boxing, how you doing? Titanic, is it overrated? Yes, I do think it is overrated. Pink Panther franchise of Peter Sellers, I haven't seen it, to be honest. Sesame Street, whenever you get a chance. Uh, as a kid, I didn't watch much of it. Maybe once in a while. When I was a kid, I was watching Aliens, or sitcoms like Home Improvement, or cartoons like Scooby Doo. SpongeBob movie. I'm not a SpongeBob fan, to be honest. Crocodile Dundee 4, it's too late to do that. Borderline, what was it? Borderline Cult, never heard of it. Why are you against stock footage? Because if you're that lazy, then hell, that means I could make a movie and just steal a bunch of stock footage, but I should, and just release it. I think that's a ripoff. If you can't film, you're an action film and you can't shoot your own fight scenes, or you can't shoot your own car chase, then don't make the movie. Because that's what people are seeing at the end of the day. They're seeing the action, they're not seeing the drama in most action movies. They want to see the action, and you ripped people off of their money because you just stole it from a movie that you could just be watching that film instead. Zombieland 2, I'll wait for a trailer. Yeah, Stallone, I'm really disappointed in Stallone. He's charging $1,000 to get a selfie. I don't know what the fuck Stallone's problem is. He's got his head up his ass, and he thinks it smells like flowers. Komodo 1999, barely remember it. Is the 2008 extended cut of Rambo 4 any good? No. Believe it or not, they cut some violence out of that. I don't know why, and they add bullshit. Bullshit that was cut for a reason, and I swear some of the violence was toned back. Like when he shoots the guy on the boat, watch that scene. Some of that violence is toned back, so no. The theatrical cut Rambo 4 is easily superior. Father of the Bride, I haven't seen in forever. No, yeah, there'll never be a Dundee 4, which is, fine. The Boondocks cartoon show, I have not seen it. Titanic or or Avatar, which is more overrated? I would say Avatar is more overrated. Fair war film that takes place in the Middle East. Either The Kingdom, technically, or The Hurt Locker. I would go either The Kingdom or The Hurt Locker. Life Force is a good movie. People talking about Life Force. That's a good film. Land of the Dead is okay. It's definitely better than Diary of Survival of the Dead. They're trying the stupid arrow thing. Try to scroll down. Are there any movies or TV programs you have watched with your family? No, not really. I pretty much watch them by myself. Always watch them alone. Do you not like watching films or car accidents? No, I'm fine with them. Escape Plan Raptors was the same cheap ass bullshit that Escape Plan 2 was. Except the prison looked like it cost $10 and shit was smeared everywhere. Devon Sawa, I don't buy in a physical fight with Sylvester Stallone. I'm sorry. I don't buy the guy who's the human form of Casper in a physical fist fight with Stallone. And Stallone's barely in the film once again. Useless, shitty direct-to-video sequel. I like Christian Bale. I like American Psycho. Equilibrium's my favorite. What was the last Jim Carrey movie you saw that was any good? Probably Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, probably. Yeah, I would say probably that. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. That's a good movie. Killer Loch Ness Monster movie? Maybe. I don't know who would direct it, but sure, I'd be for it. Rambo 4 theatrical cut also has far better picture. Well, there you go. From Bruce Wayne, from the Batcave. Take Care Stallone Fan 03, Crocodile Dundee, or Gremlins. For me, Crocodile Dundee, but I grew up more with that film. Ghostbusters, man, I just read an article where it's proved that he did charge $1,000. He's doing an evening with Sylvester Stallone in like August, and there's like 3 dates, and he's going to charge people $1,000 for a selfie. I can even show you the article, Ghostbusters, man. I knew there was a Tales from the Hood too. I just didn't care to see it. Better end fight, Roadhouse or The Matrix? Gotta go with The Matrix. I like Roadhouse, but I gotta go with The Matrix. The Dundee, that stupid advertisement with Danny McBride was fucking idiotic. Waste of money that you could have put to a special edition of Crocodile Dundee 1 and 2. But they wasted that money on bullshit. Saving Private Ryan, it's there. I'm not a big fan of Saving Private Ryan. I actually prefer The Thin Red Line. 5 overrated action movies? Not at the top of my head, no. Sorry. I don't care about Addams Family Values on Blu-ray. It's an okay film, but I'm not going to buy it. Do you like Chevy Chase or Steve Martin better? I would say Steve Martin. Seems like the better human being, Steve Martin. Chevy Chase seems like an asshole. Thank you, the one. Have you seen the documentary on Jodorowsky Stone? I have not. Have you seen The Fighter? I have not. Favorite Caruso character in the film? My favorite film is The Thing, but my favorite character is probably Jack Burton, the more I think about it. On the Pork Chop Express, I'm going to say Jack Burton. Why do you rarely review low-budget action films? Because every time I review them, Turbo Tech War, no one comments. I'm lucky if some of them I get 5 comments at most. So that's the thing, Turbo Tech War. I want to review what I want to review, but at the same time, I would like some people to comment on it. And some of those reviews I've done in the past, like 5 people comment them at most. So that's one reason, but it's just what I feel like. Because most people like I haven't seen it or I've never heard of it, so I'm not watching the review. Turbo Tab War. Sadly, that's the case. I haven't heard of this film, so I'm not watching the review. That happens a lot with those movies. Told Dear Godzilla doing okay. I don't really join people in commentaries anymore, especially with my shitty internet. Power2 network. I like Rocko's Modern Life, and I like Ren and Stimpy. And Doug. Favorite Disney film you watched as a kid? Probably Aladdin. I would say action is, well, it's between horror and action as to which has gone downhill the most. Yeah, Steve Playing Through was as bad as part two. Part two is still the worst, but Steve Playing Three is worthless trash. Fucking trash. Disney afternoon shows, didn't watch much of them. Better Gunfight Commando or John Wick 2? Honestly, I would say John Wick 2 for me. I love Commando. John Wick 2, there's more style to the gunfighting. Professor the Madman, I've heard of it, but I've heard of the title, but I don't know much about it. Tim Nicholson, I don't know who that is. My least favorite Caruso film, Poseidon is up there. Which is a boring TV show adaptation turned into a movie. Uh, Miami Vice, the movie was really fucking boring. Yeah, the Dundee and McBride trailer was. Oh, you didn't know that? That was an advertisement for Australia, Turbo Tech War. The Danny McBride, uh, Crocodile Dundee. That was just a. It was a marketing gimmick for the Super Bowl to tourist attractions in Australia. Come to Australia. This is how nice Australia is. Because if you watch the whole thing, look at the great beaches, look at the blah blah blah. So that's all it was. It was a marketing for Australia. Kurt Russell I pick over Tom Cruise. A live action dud? No, I would never see that. Aladdin live action? Never cared to see it. Did not give a shit to see it. Did not see the new Spider-Man movie. A Michael Mann marathon? Maybe one day. Favorite Matthew Broderick film? Project X. Project X is my favorite Matthew Broderick film. Very underrated movie that no one talks about. I did grow up watching Scooby Doo. Yeah, I did. 80s Ninja Turtles show. I mean, I liked it, but I liked the 2003 TMNT a lot more. I don't know who Cameron Boyce is, so yeah, I don't know who that is. You put Steve Pan 3 above John Wick 3? Once again, too soon, Ghostbusters man. I don't agree with you one single bit. John Wick 3 actually had a budget and action scenes, and Steve Pan 3 had no action scenes worth the shit. Name one action scene worth of crap. Feel free. I mean, it's your opinion to each their own. I reviewed 2001: Space Odyssey, the one I reviewed it. I enjoy the film. Should stuff like Feeders and Zombie Cop even qualify as movies? Well, they're technically movies, so they have to be on there. You had to pay to see them back in the day on VHS tape, so yeah, they qualify. Sad to say. Child's Play 2019. You don't get on Blu-ray? I would like to. I definitely would like to when it comes out. Spy Soldier. Let's be honest. No one wins in those versus movies. It's always a draw. Let's be honest. Godzilla and Kong. I would not be surprised if it's like Batman v Superman, where they fight, no one wins, and then they team up to fight another monster. I would not be surprised if that happens. That's not certainty, But I'm saying, don't be surprised if they fight, it's a draw, they each get their hits in, and they both team up to fight a bigger bad guy. Don't be surprised. Turbo Ted War, I reviewed 3,000 Miles to Graceland. I thought it was awful, but again, Turbo Ted War, I reviewed 3,000 Miles to Graceland. Hey, Stoner Crazy Clips, how are you doing, man? Very good guy here on the chat. How are you doing? Cameron Boyce, never heard of him. Did not see the Aladdin live action. Favorite James Bond actor, Pierce Brosnan. Do you like Jennifer Garner as an actress? Not really. Not really. Topol, never seen it. I would like to, but I've never. Wait, is that a movie or a person? Topol. Don McLean. I don't know who that is. Yeah, one day soon I'll do a review of Escape Plan 3 sometime soon. Chili, I'm not a fan of Chili. Oh, the actor Topol. Okay. I only remember him from Flash Gordon. Now that you said that, Arnold Vosloo is a good guy. He did that in Darkman 2 and 3. I wasn't really a fan of them, so for me, no. Favorite kaiju design, the Godzilla Monsterverse. Gigan's really cool. I love the design of Gigan. That's a really cool one. Russell Brand is not a big Russell Brand guy. Who would you like to see him fight against? Godzilla and Kong? I don't know who they would fight, to be honest. I'm not a fan of the Darkman sequels. The only one I liked is the first Darkman. Favorite Robert Davi movie? Well, he didn't really star in movies that much, except Maniac Cop 2 and 3. Technically, he was in Predator 2, so I guess that one, if that counts. I don't know who Kong and Godzilla will fight. No, I have no need to review Showgirls. Favorite James Bond villain? I don't know. I don't really. Maybe Donald Pleasance, because I like Donald Pleasance. Maybe Donald Pleasance. Starship Troopers or Darkman. I'd probably choose Darkman. Grandma's Boy. That's a fun movie. I enjoy Grandma's Boy. That's a pretty funny flick. No, I don't think either of them will win because they want to make Godzilla or King Kong look weak, so no one's going to win. It's like Freddy versus Jason. Did any of them technically win? Even when Jason turned Freddy's head, Freddy winked at the camera, so technically no one won. That's the thing with versus movies. No one ever wins. Timothy Dalton, James Bond films. Yes, I reviewed them, Scott. Reviewed those movies. Check out my reviews. I reviewed all the James Bond films, folks. I like The Living Daylights. I like License to Kill. I reviewed them on the channel. They're still on there. Any other movies you want to pick up on disc, whether of this year or any other years, other than Child's Play Remake and John Wick 3? The Blu-rays of Child's Play 2 and 3. I was hoping for a special edition, but that's not coming around. So Child's Play 2 and 3. Martial Law, the DVD with Sammo Hung, because I never saw the show. I think it's on Amazon for $20. I would like to get that someday. Ghostbusters, man, I've reviewed every single Sylvester Stallone film, including Lockup, and I love Lockup. So, Ghostbusters, man, feel free to check out my reviews. Guys in the chat, feel free to check out my reviews, man. A lot of these I've reviewed already. Oh, that's right. Topo was in For Your Eyes Only. I remember that now. Christoph Waltz, he's there. Do the following actors work as good guys? Robert Patrick, Michael Rooker, Eric Roberts, Michael Ironside, Michael Madsen, Gary Busey. Yes, I do. All of them, yes. Out of the Furnace, never seen. Who's Marcus Chon? I don't know who Marcus Chon is. Daisy Ridley should play Bond. I almost puked when I read that. Daisy Ridley should play Bond. I think I'm going to puke now. That makes me want to puke Dayglow. The Funko Pops is just someone sent them to me. Fox Mulder and the Xenomorph. Deuce Bigelow, Mel Gigolo. For Rob Schneider, it's there. It's there. Walking Tall, The Payback with Kevin Sorbo, I haven't seen it. Pacific Rim, it was boring and it took so long for the monster fights to happen, and the characters sucked. The lead guy in Pacific Rim sucked. He was boring stick of wood. That's fine, Scott. I reviewed all the James Bond films. They're on the channel. There's a playlist for it. But yeah, I liked them. Best Van Damme drama? Technically, Wake of Death. I mean, his performance was really good in that. Favorite Hugh Jackman movie? Hugh Jackman movie. I guess X-Men 2, I guess? What is Chicken Park? I've never even heard of Chicken Park. What the hell is Chicken Park? Chicken Park. Soldiers of Van Damme, it's never been released. Soldiers of Van Damme, that's also renamed. That's never been released, Turbo Tet War. It never got released. That's the film Van Damme directed. He also called it like The Eagle's Path. He never released the film. He directed it, he starred in it, it's not released. How can I review a film that's not released? A God of War film with Batista's Kratos? Maybe. Maybe. Favorite Wesley Snipes movie? Demolition Man. Or, and then after that, Blade 2. I did review Blackwater, Turbo Tet War. What are you talking about? I reviewed Blackwater. Again, Turbo Tet War, just look at my channel and I reviewed Blackwater already. Boyka, Undisputed with Scott Adkins. I've seen Undisputed 3, but I have not seen Undisputed 4. The Attic Expeditions, I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it. Marcus Chon is Tank in the Matrix. Oh, okay. Most modern movies? I could take an hour to answer that question. Lack of blue collar characters for one. Lack of common sense for another. Captain Marvel was worse than Pet Sematary remake, sad to say. Ghostbusters, man, with all due respect, that's a horrible idea. Jane Bond, might as well call it Titty McGee. Fast and Furious 9, they're really stretching the Fast and Furious out too much. I don't think it needs 9 movies. Chicken Run, Turbo Tet War, those ratings mean nothing because the film has never been released. I dare you, Turbo Tet War, to find the film with Van Damme called Soldiers. I dare you to find it. Go on Amazon, go anywhere. type in the movie and try to find a DVD or Blu-ray copy or a VOD copy of it. Turbo Ted War, I dare you. I double dare you. Bad Boys 1 and 2, I love. They're my favorite Michael Bay films. Chicken Run, I haven't seen in a long, long time. Better Gunfight, I would say Hard Target. Least favorite Cheech and Chong film, I'll probably go with Things Are Tough All Over. Probably go with that one. Never been to a drive-in. They didn't have drive-ins where I was growing up. Captain Marvel was way worse than Wonder Woman. The Driver, 1978. I haven't seen the film. Point of No Return. Didn't care for it. You've seen The Eagle's Path, Turbo Ted War. You've seen The Eagle's Path. How? Because for most people, they look online if you don't believe me. Turbo Ted War. If you think I'm lying, I don't know who should direct God of War, but we have no idea. Okay, Turbo Ted War, how did you see it? Where did you see it? Cartoon Network, just drop it, man. That's not going to happen. People will just be pissed off about it. Valleywood 2, I reviewed live when I did my Eddie Murphy marathon. Just check out my review of that film. Valleywood 2. Where who would you pick to direct a Godzilla film? I have no idea. In short, Valleywood 2, I did not like life, no. But I have a review of it on the channel if you want to know more about it. Ryan the Bullet, I barely remember. Valley Girl, I've not seen. That's cool, Valleywood 2, no problem. But in the short, I did not care for life. I don't even remember who Rami Malek was. The PM Entertainment film Point of No Return. Uh, I don't know that one. I only know the Bridget Fonda one. Babylon AD, I saw in the theater, Sally. It was fucking shitty. Boring. Terrible. One of Vin Diesel's worst films. No, there's no drive-ins around here. Freddie Mercury, great singer for Queen. Low Life 2017, never heard of it. I don't want to see any more Critters after seeing a new binge. They should never make another one again. A new Mortal Kombat movie will be coming out 2021. I'll wait for a trailer. Ranking for the James Bond actors, my favorite is Pierce Brosnan. If I have to pick a least favorite, it'd probably be George Lazenby. But I mean, I don't know where to rank them. Yeah, Goldfinger was great. I'd probably go Pierce Brosnan, then probably Sean Connery, Timothy Dalton, Daniel Craig, Roger Moore, then George Lazenby. Sam Raimi's Spider-Man trilogy or Christopher Nolan's Batman trilogy? Neither. I would go with neither. I would pick neither. I don't know if I'll be able to make it out right from the get-go, but I would like to review Crawl sometime. The Cowboy I enjoyed. I thought Kiefer and Woody worked very well together. A movie version of Chess? Why would that be a movie? Next, next is I wanted. When I first saw it, I really liked it. Nowadays, it's a meh movie, mediocre meh movie. The more I think about it, to be honest, do I like to play chess? Once in a blue moon, yes. Blade 2016 or Batman v Superman? Probably Batman v Superman only for Ben Affleck. I mean, I'll be reviewing a lot of older movies, but I mean, I'm going to review a Steve Plan 3 sometime. Crawl, I want to see a review. Hopefully, Gemini Man. Hopefully, what was the other one? Ad Astra. Downbound, we'll see at the end of the year. We'll see. Who knows? Freeway with Kiefer, I know what it is, but I have never seen it. I don't care what Stallone's daughter's doing, to be honest. A Teen Ralph remake? No. I would not care to see that. Born of Earth with Daniel Baldwin. Never heard of it. Yeah, that Astro looked pretty interesting. I did not see Lost City of Z, but that Astro looked pretty interesting. I don't know anything about Home Alone 4, so well, it's production. I don't know anything about the production of Home Alone 4. Ghost vs. Man, you're cool. It's fine. Walt Prowl, 1979. Never heard of it. I would not care to see a new Flintstones movie. Would not care to see it. I don't think most people care to see one either. Flintstones are like cartoon people have forgotten about, like the Jetsons. Favorite Owen Wilson film? Probably Behind Enemy Lines. I haven't seen the Flintstones movie since I was a kid, so I don't know. I don't remember liking it that much. But I haven't seen that since I was a kid. But I remember not liking it that much. I remember it being cringy. I would choose American Ninja 2, Drew B. No, I would never want to join the military. No, thank you. I read a couple of the Goosebumps books a long time ago, but I never watched the TV show. Do you think generally it's stupid to travel to South Africa to shoot a film set in the US? Well, people go to everywhere else, so if it's cheaper, if it's cheaper, why not? Cars from Pixar I was not a fan of. It was like a shitty version of Doc Hollywood. Well, anything Yancey, maybe the Sonic movie will be good. You never know. Jack the Protector, hey there. Doing alright, just do a little bit of streaming. Forgot how long I've been on here, but the Annihilator. I've heard of the Annihilators, but I barely remember the film. I swear something's going on with this stupid. You know what? I would not be surprised if there's something going on with YouTube because Fabio had problems with his stream. Now I'm having problems with my stream, so I wonder if it wasn't so much Fabio's internet, if it was the fucking actual Tim shit. I would not be fucking surprised. Would not be fucking surprised. Because I know Fabio, a good friend of mine, the Italian 51 in the chat, he was having problems with his stream, and now I'm having problems with my stream. So I would not be surprised if YouTube is glitching it up again, or Google, I should say, Google fucking things up again. I really do believe that. I believe Google is fucking things up. I don't get into politics. Don't care to. Have you seen any Owen Wilson, Vince Vaughn movies? Yeah, I've seen quite a bit. Swingers, I love. Behind Enemy Lines. Lost Tapes, don't know what that is. No idea what Lost Tapes is. I probably put Meet the Feebles, Wedding Crashers, I was not a fan of. I don't. Idris Elba's Fred Flintstone? No. I'm looking something up that someone had told me before. I'm not a fan of Wedding Crashers, sorry. What the hell? I'm looking something up. Oh, okay, this guy Phil mentioned Jenica, a dear friend to the Turtles, love interest of Casey Jones, human. She's now a mutant turtle. Saved by emergency transfusion, donated by Leonardo. Oh, it's in the IDW comics. Phil, you made this sound a lot worse than it is. It doesn't look that bad. I even seen a picture where it's like a blood transfusion. There's blood all over. You made this sound a lot worse than it was, man. If Phil's in the chat, you made this sound a lot worse. A lot worse than it was. I don't even know if Phil's in the chat, but that doesn't seem that bad at all. In the IDW comics, yeah. Cartoon Network, if you keep asking these dumb questions, I'm just gonna block you, man. You really think I'm gonna get into any of that stuff on a public stream? Cartoon Network, I'm just going last warning, man. Have you ever been the only one in the theaters? I haven't. Was Mr. Movies a cool place to work for? In retrospect, it was. It probably say the best job I've ever had was Mr. Movies. In retrospect, are you a fan of the Tron movies? I don't mind them, but I'm not huge into it. Mosquito, is that the one with Gunnar Hansen from the 90s? No, that's not Sci-Fi Original. Sci-Fi Original, I don't know which one. What year did that come out, Gary Rives? Favorite Chris Rock film? Probably Dogma. I would say Slice the Toy Maker is the worst performance. Favorite animal? I guess a kitten. Favorite animal? Never saw any Death Wish movies in theaters. Why of the Eye I've never seen. Mr. Bean, never been a fan. I'm not a fan of that character. I like the first three Best of the Best movies, not much into the fourth one. I drink a lot of Mellow Yellow, Spy Soldier. A lot of Mellow Yellow, that's a soda. Just Married, I'm not a fan of. I'm not a bit. The only Ashton Kutcher film I like is Dude, Where's My Car and The Butterfly Effect. The Garfield movie sucks. Both of them. I would say Lethal Weapon 4 is better than Die Hard 5. I don't care about the new Saw movie, so I don't care who's in it. Sector Drive Peace, how would we do that? We don't live close to each other. They actually live close to each other to do that. Sector Drive Peas. Favorite martial arts fight? I don't know. I couldn't answer you. Garfield cartoons I did enjoy, yeah. Okay, Barbecue Network, you're getting a timeout. I warned you about that. I warned you about asking those kind of questions. So you're in a timeout. Favorite superhero movie? I don't know. I mean, I love Superman movie. That's really up there. Blade 2 is up there. Oh yeah, the one with Gunnar Hansen. I reviewed that, Gary Rives. I think, the Blu-ray of that. I love Mosquito. I believe I reviewed the Blu-ray of that. Edge of Darkness, I haven't seen in forever. El Novera, I'm not gonna give any details on my personal life, where I live, meaning like what my place is like, my, I'm not gonna get into any of that. It's just about movies, shows, things of that nature. Al Novera. I timed out Barbecue Network for that kind of stuff, so first and last warning, Al Novera. Frankenfish was goofy, but I had some dumb fun with it. With the soundtracks and theme songs now, they're a lot better in the 90s, not so much now. I think there's a lot more effort put into in the 90s stuff. The rarest film I own, I don't know what the rarest film I own is. Moved to Texas, Jack the Protector. Ghostbusters 2016 is worse, Anthony Yancey. I enjoy the town. Dexter's Lab, Powerpuff Girls, I did not see. A Matrix TV show, I would not want to see it. Have a good night, Ghostbusters, man. Enjoy your movie. The Relic or Deep Rising, that's tough. Probably pick Deep Rising. The worst Gary Daniels film, I think he was one called Spoiler. That was pretty bad. Uh, I love I love Blind Fury, Rutger Hauer. Great action movie. Never saw Dexter's Lab. Never saw Powerpuff Girls. Oh, thank you, Kyle Cohen. $5. Hey, hi to you too. Thank you for the super chat. $5. Wow. Thank you, man. How are you doing? What's the worst? The Asylum Company movie? Monster, which was a ripoff of Cloverfield. That's probably the worst one. I don't have Netflix, so I've never seen Stranger Things. Favorite scary movie film? I would say Scary Movie 2 is my favorite. Well, they already did a Time Cop TV series back in the day. Total Meltdown 2, they already did a Time Cop TV series. I'll probably go with Scream 3, Dinobot. Well, Scott, it's obvious. Don't ask about, my personal life, personal questions. I don't know. That's not a tough thing. Don't ask anything personal. When the guy was asking, did you get any friends with benefits? Am I really going to answer that in a fucking stream? That's what Barbecue Network, one of the questions he asked. Friends with benefits. Why don't you just ask, how many people have you fucked? You want a number? Or you want me to count them off by names? Like, so, just use common sense. I didn't see much of the Crow TV show. I would like to. Mark Dacascos in it. DOA Dennis Quaid, I haven't seen. I've played the first Batman game, Arkham Asylum. That was really fun. Very fun game. Superhero movie, all those parody movies are like that are awful. Spiders with David Arquette, you mean Eight-Legged Freaks? I like Eight-Legged Freaks. I would say Terminator fell off the most, because at least I like the four Die Hard films. The only good Terminator films are the first two. Hey Sherlock Bond, hope you're doing well. Jim Croce, I don't know who that is. Not another teen movie, haven't seen. Justin Timberlake, I don't care one way or another. Well, I don't know why people talk about personal info. I don't know why they would do that, Dinobot. No, just personal stuff, Scott. I mean, that's common sense to me. I haven't reviewed any of the Naked Gun films. I remember liking them. Mosquito Man, okay. I haven't seen Mosquito Man. I Spider, never seen. I like the first Addams Family movie. The sequel, I barely remember. End Time, never seen. Yeah, Brad Fiedel score Terminator 2 is great. Where's Leslie Nielsen film? Scary Movie 3 and 4. I think he was in those. So I would say those. The Negotiator, I do enjoy. That's a good movie. Quatermass Experiment. Never seen any of the Quatermass movies. Never seen any of the Quatermass films. The other flavors of Mellow Yellow were not that good. I prefer the original. Do you wish Brad Fiedel would come back? Yes. Same with Vince Nicola. Yes, I would love that. Or CJ Arnold. I was saying Genesis, honestly. Never saw the Transporter TV show. Best sci-fi movie? I don't know what was all on sci-fi, to be honest. Page Master, I've never seen the Page Master. I know what it is, I've never seen it though. Never saw The Hunger by Tony Scott. Never saw that film either. Sorry about that, folks. Let's see. Deathstalker films I've never seen. A Better Tomorrow, I was not a fan of. That's one of my least favorite John Woo films. I really enjoyed Japworth's Monster Slayer. I believe I reviewed that back in the day. That's a fun movie. Well, I'm not going to read off all the ingredients on the can, DJ. Barbecue Network, asking if I have friends with benefits is not a basic question. Let me ask you, Barbecue Network, let me ask you. How is asking about friends with benefits a basic question? Do you want me to like show you how that common sense is not working out for you right now, man? Come on, you're a nice guy. Don't be a dick. It's not against the law. You don't see the issue about friends with benefits. Question. Okay, anyone in the chat? Do you think that is a question to ask someone? Yes or no? We'll leave it up to the chat. Barking Network. Do you think asking someone about friends with benefits is yes or no? A good question to ask in a stream. A Lovecraft adaptation? I don't know about that. No, friends with benefits. Oh, yes, I'm not alone in that. One's I'm indifferent, everyone else said no. Okay, that's why I put him in a timeout. William Shatner, that's why I put him in a timeout. I didn't ban him, I didn't curse him out. Just put him in a simple timeout for 300 seconds. Because that's all they have on there. I don't have a favorite Beatle. Do you think reviewers get paid to say movies are good? I don't know about that. It's an easy thing to say, but I don't know. I don't really have a worst song of all time. One for the Money I've never seen. Never seen One for the Money. I like Fatal Beauty. That's a good Whoopi Goldberg film. Well, Barbecue Network, everyone in the chat has said no. Well, one person said was indifferent. So there you go. Just from now on, don't ask personal questions, guys. Jeremy Johns could never get into. The Big Lebowski, my favorite Coen Brothers movie. One of my favorite comedies. Nomads, I still have not seen. I don't really watch football games anymore, even old ones. Oh, I'm blue, WD, da. I don't hate it. It just should not be used at the beginning of an Iron Man movie, like it was in Iron Man 3. I wouldn't say I despise the song. It's just, why was I used in Iron Man 3? Sinbad Battle of the Dark Knights. Never seen it. Gangs of New York. I haven't seen them forever. Forever. I actually have The Flock with Richard Gere on DVD. I liked the film. Do you like License to Drive? Yes, I do. Do you like No Country for Old Men? No, I do not. Hey, Andy Brown. Daft Punk. I haven't listened enough to enough of their songs to form an opinion. DiCaprio or Brad Pitt? I don't know. I like both. The Jackal for Bruce Willis was not a fan of it. Bruce Willis, he has all these disguises, but they don't work. That he always looks like Bruce Willis, so he's bad at his job. What bugs? What bug scares you the most? I guess a spider. No, it was not on my worst movies list, but I'm still not a fan of Holy Man. Worst M Night film? Probably go with The Visit. Color Nights, I warmed up a little bit on, but I still don't need to see Bruce Willis's dick in it, and it still has some slow pacing. But I don't hate Color of Night. I love Mercury Rising, very underrated Bruce Willis film. The Departed's okay, but it's not a favorite Scorsese film of mine. No Country for Old Men is just Tommy Lee Jones' character is pointless. The ending is confusing, it makes no fucking sense. He tells us random dream that led to nothing. Were you surprised Chris did not like Death Wish? Of course not. Why would I be surprised about it? 1 second, I'll be right back. There we go. Hey, Flaw. How you doing, the flawed one? How you doing, man? Do you believe all that stuff about Michael Jackson? No, I do not. Will Smith, Tommy Lee Jones, who did you like more? I like both. They worked well together. Well, of course the critics did not like Death Wish remake. Why would they? If you were forced to watch Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter, which would you choose? It is Harry Potter because I haven't seen a lot of those sequels. Just never cared to. But because I've never seen them, it'd be more interesting than Lord of the Rings. Jordan Peele, I like Get Out. I was not Us. I didn't care. Death Becomes Her, I did enjoy. I enjoyed Death Becomes Her. Least favorite Jim Carrey movie, I would go with Dumb and Dumber 2. Power 2 Network, either drop it or I'm going to block you. Last chance. You keep bringing it up. I told you, I don't care for someone asking me about friends with benefits. So either drop it or I'm going to block you. I'm being straightforward and honest. No bullshit. So it's up to you. The ball's in your court. Just drop it. Hey, El Cornholio, how you doing? History of Violence, I remember not minding. The Fan, I remember not minding as well. Quarterbacks movies, just have no interest. Kick-Ass 2, I honestly haven't seen Kick-Ass 2. The Plague Dogs, I've heard of. I've seen bits and pieces, but not the whole movie. I'm fine with Stallone not remaking Death Wish. I'm fine with that. I would not want to be a sidekick to an action hero, to be honest. Would not want to be a sidekick to an action hero. I don't want to see an Expendables 4 because Expendables 2 and 3 sucked. I fell asleep with Lord of the Rings, to be honest. And The Exorcist, the first one. I fell asleep during that. I will be honest. No, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull will never get cult status. It's too much in the hate category in the public eye because the reviewers on YouTube, reviewers in the pop culture. So no, it will not. The Grinch with Jim Carrey, I'm not a fan of. Just hang out in Cornholio. Probably going to hang out just for a little bit longer. I don't know Mickey Rourke as a person. I like him as an actor, though. Thief for James Caan, I do enjoy the film. I've never walked out of a theater. Favorite Coen Brothers film, The Big Lebowski. Favorite Toby Hooper film, honestly, The Mangler. I love The Mangler. I reviewed quite a few Toby Hooper films. Brian DeWitt Todd, I do hate The Grinch with Jim Carrey. I said I'm not a fan of that movie. I don't care for Rainn Wilson. Max Payne, no problem, man. Did a good job in the video. You'll revisit some more films 1989 at some point. I don't know. It's been really busy lately. A film that made you want to walk out of the theater, The Thing prequel and Escape Plan, or two of them. Do you think Star Wars should have stopped after Return of the Jedi? Absolutely. Never seen Married to the Mob. Karen Costner is a bad guy. It can work. He's a good actor. Evil Within 2, never played it. Don't have the systems for it. So never played Evil Within 2. Enjoyed the first one. Red Corner, Richard Gere, never seen. Well, I'll be honest, Man of Steel I saw for free, to be perfectly honest. On stream. I'll be honest. Favorite cartoons growing up, the 80s Ninja Turtles cartoons, Scooby Doo. Desperate Measures, I'm not a fan of. Michael Keaton is good, but the plot is very flawed. I don't like any of the Spy Kids movies, so they should have ended before they began. Least favorite Hong Kong Jawu film, probably A Better Tomorrow. Thought that was boring. Love Hard Boiled, love The Killer, but I do not like A Better Tomorrow. Brian Brown, he was good in FX and FX2. Oh, that's cool, Sherlock Bond. That's pretty cool. Daytime in the UK. I've never walked out of a theater. Who's John Woods? I like Antonio Banderas. No, I don't think he's overrated. Garfield, I like the cartoon, but I don't care for the movies. Scott, just watch my review of Spy Kids 3, and you'll know the answer to that. Top Gun 2, I'll wait for his trailer. Tom Cruise, Tom Cruise, other than The Mummy, has had a pretty good track record. James Woods, favorite James Woods movie? I don't know. I like Vampires. I like True Believer. Good actor. I like The Hard Way. It's hard to pick a favorite. Favorite Viggo Mortensen role? I love Prison. Rennie Harlan film. I'm not a Shrek fan. Ryan DeWitt Todd. Still Smoking's all right with Cheech and Chong. My favorite is Up in Smoking next movie, but Still Smoking's all right. Batman and Superman anime series. I've only watched a couple episodes of each, but not like a whole season, let alone the whole show. I haven't seen a ton of that stuff. Yeah, Up in Smoke is one of my favorite comedies. Yeah, Cop is another good James Woods film. Eastern Promises did not care for. I much prefer A History of Violence. This immense cartoon never saw. Never beat Mike Tyson's Punch Out. No, I never got far in the game to be honest. I never saw Digstown, so I never reviewed it. I know that's James Woods and Louis Gossett Jr. Sandra Hess, I don't know who that is. I don't know who Sandra Hess is. Hopefully this Google won't be screwing up again. I Cameron Boyce, I don't even know who that is. Someone mentioned him before. I don't know who Cameron Boyce is. Favorite Hans Zimmer soundtrack is Broken Arrow. She plays Sonya Blade in Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Oh, well, that's a bad movie, so. Remember, never heard of that film. What's more interesting? I would say The Wonders of Space, DJ. Favorite live action Hercules? Kevin Sorbo's TV show, Hercules Legendary Journeys. Never seen Love Actually. Cameron Boyce, Little Kid That Broke His Foot, and the Grown Ups movies, Adam Sandler's Kid. I still don't know who that is. Thank you, Sherlock Bond. Thank you. Instant Justice, I barely remember. Oh no, I'm thinking of something else. I never saw Instant Justice with Lou Ferrigno. I was thinking of another movie. Who's PJ Hogan? I don't want to see a new Conan movie, so I don't want anyone to play him, to be honest. I'll probably end it here, the stream, because I'm getting a bit tired. Been doing this for about 2 hours. So I'll probably end it here because I think I started at 10:30, give or take. So I'll probably end it here. No, I'm not going to see Married to the Mob. Bioshock Infinite never played. Joe vs. Volcano, not a fan of. Cole the Conqueror should have just been a Hercules movie, to be honest. Wizard of Oz, good movie. It's no problem, Flaw. No problem at all. You guys have a good night, and we will talk to you guys later. No, I never reviewed The Mighty Quinn. I would not remember my first swear word. Terry Wooer, she's all right as an actress. Just answering some final questions. All right, have a good night, folks, and we'll talk to you later. Bye bye.